Hey guys, welcome to this very informal but hopefully informative video about desuicide in CPS2. This is a video for beta testers exclusively, and it's intended to tell you what you need and how to desuicide CPS2 boards with the procedure we helped creating. Well, first of all, you need an Arduino Uno board. Okay. This is regular Arduino board. Let's put that away. This is Arduino. Okay. We're gonna need an LCD shield. Okay, keypad. There are several models. This is a little low quality, but it works perfectly. Here it is. Okay, we have to plug them in together. Just to align the pins and make sure that focus on that, sorry, and make sure that that fits in. Let me do it here. Okay, make sure this fits in, sorry. There we go. And since these pins are very low quality, it's a little bit of pain, but there we go. Fits nicely once you have it. What's important here is that you figure out the pins that we're gonna need. It's not from this side. You won't use the power from here. You will use these pins: 2, 3, 11, 12, and ground with the default code that we'll provide you. In the case of this LCD shield, they are passed through straight up, so we use the ones here. Okay, align with 2, 3, 11, 12, and ground. There are other shields. I'll show you this other one I have here. This one was given to me by Eduardo. This is a higher quality. Select and reset are in different positions, and they are here also. The pins you could solder directly here, or you could use a pin header. And I glued this Molex 6-pin Molex, so I had a fixed position. This is the ground. And these are 2, 3, 11, and 12. They are passed through in a very different manner, as you can see, because those other pins are used by the LCD shield. So we used 2, 3, 11, and 12. Well, Eduardo used those. And ground that will be connected to the power supply and also to the board. That's very important. You have to have those 3 points soldered or connected by a grape cable or whatever you use to fix the grounds in the same potential. Okay. Now you're also going to need a power cord for your Arduino. It could be just a USB cable connected to your PC or the computer you're going to use, or just an external power supply. And you're going to also need either a power supply or that's my SuperGun of that Tupperware. You're going to need an arcade power supply or any other power supply that gives you 1 ampere and 5 volts. Okay. So once you have those, you're also going to need the bond cables, or make a custom cable that I'm going to show you, the ones that I made. But the bond cables are just going to be male and female, so you can use all cases. The male and female depend on which kind of board you have. Okay, so you just plug them in here to the pins that correspond. In this case, for example, I'm going to plug it here to 2. Okay, and then just make the conversion with different female pin. Okay, depending on which kind of board you're desuiciding. Then I go into more detail, or you can use custom cable like the one I made here. This is a simple custom cable that goes from the Arduino board here, pins 2, 3, 11, and 12, as I mentioned, to the ones that go to your adapter. I used the Molex 6-pin adapter here for connector 9 on the boards that I have that. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. And those pinouts, you can check them out in the source code and documentation that we provided. So it's not very important that you get them here from the video. You're gonna find different kinds of boards out there. One of them, the most common I guess, is from boards 5 to revision 5 to revision 9, I believe it is. I'm not really sure. Or 7. It's 7. It's 5 to 7. Okay, you're gonna find this kind of connector on this side of the board. You're gonna find connector 9. Okay, connector 9 here has 6 pins. This is connector 9, and it has pin 1 here and 6 here. Okay, let me show you. Oh, sorry, there we go. That's the pin number 1 here. It's labeled there, and then you have pin number 6 here. Okay, this is power 5 volts, and this is ground. Never mess up those pins. Okay. In case of my Molex adapter, you can see you can match it quite nicely. You can just get the connector and plug it in. Okay, I got this battery label here just to tell me the side that points to the battery in this kind of board, and in the revisions that use this kind of connector 9. And you're gonna have to have different connectors in case you encounter boards 3 and 4. Here I have a revision 3 board. Here it is. It's a 3 board. Okay. Revision 3 boards. Let me just take off this PCB. Okay, revision 3 boards don't have connector 9. Okay. The ones that don't have connector 9, you'll need to use the DuPont cables directly. You can use the DuPont cables also in connector 9, it's obvious, but you're going to have to power the board here from connector 7, yes, and insert the data here in connector 2. I'm going to show you later on where that plugs in. There are 2 types of connector 2 boards, as you might know, depending on the region of the board. This is region, an Hispanic region board, and it has female pins and connector 2. Okay, this is connector 2, and it has female pins. You're gonna plug here into A32 through A29. You'd need female DuPont cable, okay, to just plug in into this, okay, that way, or you could just use a custom connector made by yourself to plug into that and have less issues later on. Okay, there's another kind of board. This is the regular USA and Japan pinout. Okay, so connector 2 here is male, and for connector 2 in male, you'd need, well, it's female, sorry, you'd need male pins to plug into that. Okay, these kind of pins would go into A32 through A29. As again, you can use a custom connector. That's the one that I made here. And just plug A32 into that and be done with it. Okay. Well, it's all up to you on how you're gonna work this out. Now let me show you what you need. First, you need to load the code into the Arduino. That's quite easy. Let me just plug in the USB cord, okay, here, and let's go to the PC. On the PC, you go to the Arduino side, go to downloads, and you just download the installer for your operating system. After that, you'll have the Arduino software, and you just double click on the code that we sent you. It's going to need to create a new folder. That's all right. You create that folder. There you go. And here we have our code. Here's the instructions that go from pinout from the Arduino to the boards. Okay. Once you have that set up, just check that your Arduino is properly connected to the COM port. You then go to Sketch and verify compile, or just press Ctrl R and upload. Okay, so we go to compile. It's going to take some time since it's the first time that I'm compiling this in this machine for that Arduino. Okay, and then just upload. Okay, upload also compiles as usual. There you see it's uploading it, and we're done. Once you're done, we have the Arduino. Let me just show you, you can select the game with up and down, or you can select by, you can skip all the revisions of the same game. That we only did it to check the 4 first letters. So if this deferred, it skips. Okay, it works pretty nicely. And the next step would be to revive a board. Let's just take this Marvel vs. Capcom. This is a strange beast. It's Hispanic board. I mean the connectors. And in a green case, as you can see with official stickers and serial code and everything, but it has European code. Let me just put it up so you can check it out. It's alive. I'm gonna kill it and I'm gonna show you how it survived. Okay, it's a backup PC Vita I got for a friend, and later on we'll go with that Alien Predator and show you some other things. Okay, so I'll put this one up. Let's take off the screws. As you can see, those are the Hispanic connectors. They're pretty battered. I've rarely seen a board like this because it doesn't have the official Capcom stickers. Got it this way. It's been this way for years. Changed the battery already, as you can see. It has the different stickers. It's alive, all the mask ROMs, and this is connector 9, what we'll use in this case. Okay, so I'm gonna kill it. How I'm gonna kill it? I'm going to upload the keys that are all in Fs, so it's just a key fooling once. Okay, I just plugged in, as you can see, into C9. This is pretty dirty, sorry. It's pin 6, pin 1. Okay, I'm gonna just turn on the power supply. There you go, 0.9 amperes. And I'm gonna use the Arduino. Hopefully it reaches here, sorry. And I'm going to go to Phoenix. Press Phoenix. In 8 seconds, it's dead. Okay. Turn off the power supply. Unplug this. And we're gonna test it. Just remove this. Plug it in. Change the key to all ones. Turn it on. And I have the blue screen of dead in this case. I'm gonna confirm it's dead. I have Rasula's suicide tester here. So I'm going to take out number 3. Insert Rasula's suicide tester and put up. There you go. Pretty dead. It's the first time I killed this board. Poor thing. It was alive since I don't know when. So let's bring it back to life. We remove it. And I found that some boards, some 6 or 7 boards here, the ID, don't turn on when using this connector with a power supply. In that case, you'll use this connector, as I'll show you later, or in some cases, I've even used it connected, but you'd rather stick with this, okay? So I'm gonna plug this in, and once again, recheck your connections, power supply, Arduino. Okay, bring this here so we can see. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the power supply. There we go. And we select the Marvel vs. Capcom European code. If I remember correctly, that's the default one. Okay, that's the. Okay, there you go. And we insert those keys. 8 seconds later. Okay, disconnect. Turn off our power supply. Disconnect our cable and test our board. It still has that Phoenix code, okay? Well, not Phoenix, sorry. It has the suicide test tool. So let's put it up. And we don't have a boot. Okay, so keys are there. Let's check if they are the correct keys. Take out this ROM, replace it with the one that it had, and we turn it on again, and there we go. It's alive. 98, 01, 23. 23. Okay. So there you have it. It's a simple process. You just have to have your cables, the code, and everything works all right. I'm gonna go out and show you a case without this connector 9 here, then, and let me just move this a little bit. CBP board is alive. I resurrected it. It was dead when I got it. It's a Hispanic code version, and this, it's alive and well. Hispanic. Okay. I desuicided a while ago. Capcom Mexico used to do this. This is a Japanese case, but the board, it has the Hispanic code. Is it? Okay, I have it complete, sorry. Just disassemble it fast. It's a completely green case. Has the Hispanic code, as I mentioned. The connectors are Japanese also. The regular ones, as you can see. There it goes. Just put it here because I'm gonna need it in a minute. Sorry about that. And let's remove the screws. I had to remove those seals when I got this. It was stuck. Okay. This is here. Okay, here we have it. However, this board doesn't have connector 9. As we can see, it's a revision 4 board. It's not as old as revision 3, but we need to power it from here, or maybe from here, but I use the pins that I have identified. Those are if I have it here, those are A25 and A23 on connector 7. This table here is in the source code, as we mentioned. Okay, so I made a custom connector. It's not very pretty, but it works, it's efficient. Here it is. This cable plugs into connector 7 and has the right amount of pins so that I don't skip right from 32 up to 23 here, 25 here and 23 here. Okay, these are ground. You don't need both. One will suffice. And this is voltage. Okay, just keep in mind that you don't want to fry your board. You plug it in here, the correct position. Okay. Then plug in connector 2 here in this board is here on the upper port. I bring my custom connector, just the pins. Okay, I made that so that I could just plug the logic analyzer in here and plug it in here into A32 Okay, make sure that your connector is aligned properly. And after that, this connector has, in my case, a 6-pin connector for the general purpose one that I made for connector 9. Okay, plug it in. I turn on my power supply. There we go. So right, and here on the Arduino we go to Phoenix, so we can check it's there. Same procedure as we just did. One put now. Done. Turn on power supply. Remove pins. Remove power. And we place our A board here. Connect it. And it should be dead. There we go. Dead. Now remove round 3. We insert the suicide or test tool, and it's dead. Okay. Now we'll insert the proper keys, so you can see it works in this kind of board too. Remember, if you find any boards that don't power up from connector 9, use the same method as here. You grab pins A25 and A23. A25 is voltage, A23 is ground. So you plug those. If you have just 2-pump cables, just count correctly and place them where they are. These are just glued 2-pump cables. Okay, now we go to A32. There it is. Again, A32. Okay, power it on. And go to the ABP keys. Alien versus Predator, Hispanic. Go, upload it. Turn off the power supply, remove connectors, don't stress your cables, plug it in, and what do we have here? A live board. Okay, well, that's basically it. You'll also find all-in-one boards. We can do this, but it's going to be the same. It has connector 9. Connector 9 is around here, and pins are in the same order, 1 to 6. Okay, same procedure. No need to go into that. So what we need from you is to check the boards that are not in our database, because we've checked, I don't know, 70 games. I'm not really sure, and we know there are 240 something games. We need to check all regions and check all games, so that we know that the keys are all right. And well, see you next time, guys. Thanks. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Marvel vs. Capcom, it's a working board.